Well, this is it, guys. Corey and David, congratulations. You guys will be sporting around on this brand new HS PHEV. Let's take the top off of it now. Let's pull away the sheet and let's see what you get. So this is the white one. The blue one is outside now waiting for you. Now this car is the most popular in the MG range currently. We've got people or companies moving into this technology because of course you get the best of both worlds. Now MG come with a 7-year warranty and a 7-year roadside assist. Something happens to you guys when you're out there on the road, use this number, call this number, and you'll be collected, picked up, or the car will be repaired. It's going to come with 2 keys, and the way you access the car is via the remote control if you need it. Proximity key being that it's in your pocket. All I've got to do now is push that button and those mirrors will start rolling out and the car's unlocked. Or if I push it again, the car then decides it's going to lock itself up. A couple of things you should know. Of course, these things have fuel, but they're also electric. So on this particular side, the driver's side, you'll find your charging port, and that's where you'll do your charging for the car if you haven't been using the hybrid mode to recharge the car whilst you're driving around. But again, hey, listen, it's about efficiency. So use this, because I can tell you right now, I put $140 of fuel into one of the cars recently, and I managed to get, because it's hybrid, I managed to get 1,440 kilometres out of it over a 2-month period. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Right, so let's have a look at a couple of other things, shall we? Right, passenger side, same thing, only on the front doors. You'll also note that there's little bulbs here. They're a 360-degree camera. What that's going to do is give you access whilst you're in the car to things that are happening outside of you, and then possibly things that might happen to you out of your control. Let's open up the boot, shall we? So from the back, it's got a lot of appeal. It's got 2 exhausts, and then of course for your golf clubs, you're going to be putting these in the back here. You've got easy access. Now it's at a height of which you've got storage underneath. This is where your 3-pin charger is, your other battery, which basically runs the rest of the car, not the battery that's under this floor. You've got a refilling unit here, and your air compressor to fill up the tyre. This will put something inside your tyres when it's deflated to inflate it again and keep it inflated until you get the tyre repaired. This is your triangle which you might need, and that's a tow hook for out the front. Right, whilst we're in here, we'll have a look. We can take this off, and I can also release the rear seats and push those forward, giving me way more space than I had before, and I believe you guys will be carrying around a few things, so hence the reason why you've got a wonderful car like this. I really like the finish, by the way. Put that down, pushing that down, and as you step away from the car, it'll start closing. Right, let's have a look inside the back seats. Well, because it's locked, I'll unlock it, pop into the back seats, and you'll find straight away, you'll see an ambient blue light which is coming through. This is significant in the HS PHEV range, or plug-in hybrid range. By the way, thank you very much for buying a car from us. This is a gift from us to you. Congratulations. Enjoy that. There's a whole lot of pieces inside there that you may need whilst driving the car, including charging plugs. A little bit of space inside here at the back of the car. I really like the finish again. Seat alterations for your lumbar support, and then of course there's plenty of room. As you can see, you can split these rear seats, and then using those rear seat space, you'll be able to get those golf clubs in. Okay, red stitching all the way through, really like that. I think it's a real classy look. Sunroof on the top, so you're lucky to have one of those. Congratulations, that's a bit of a bonus. The mirrors also are heated, so you'll see just inside here you can make some changes to all of that. and then of course as your doorknob, your doors, your mirrors, and then you're up and down for locking the car. This is a little light that pops up when there's a car coming close. You start, stop, and then of course a little change area, and put change or keys inside there if you need them. Right, it comes with electric seats on the driver's side. Let's go round to the passenger side and see what we have. Oh, by the way, let's have a look at these lights in the back of the car. Right, okay, very stylish. Okay, passenger side, again, electric seats. Let's have a look inside here. We've also got your MG manual inside here that you may need. As I say, some of the finish on here is exquisite. It looks very similar to a Skoda or a Volkswagen. Again, it's a partnership that happened in China, so yeah, it's made by the best for the best. Let's have a look inside here. In the middle console, very classy, a little bit of space in there, and then of course there's a couple of cup holders as well. Again, you can push that away if you like, make it nice and quiet. Now we'll jump into the driver's side and we'll have a bit of a look around. Oh, fuel is on the left hand side, and I will Alright, so let's jump into the car, shall we? Alrighty. So, as I slip into the car is not alive until I hit the start button on the right hand side. So push that. Now if I depress the brake, the car will actually start. I want to do that at the moment. I just want to bring up the dash, and you can see there's a bit of a process, but it's like any computer. It's all about the pizzazz. And then it'll bring it up. You'll see the blue lights are coming down from underneath here onto everything, and you'll find the blue lights carry on through. So ambient lighting, it's quite an experience. I'm sure the your young ones will see that and go, okay, this is pretty cool. All right. Right, now what I've done is I'm setting up the car, and by pushing start it's going to tell me that I'm ready to go. On the left hand side is my speed obviously, and on the right hand side is the amount of power. If I look down to the bottom part here, it's going to tell me that I've got maximum power in the batteries, 100%, which is going to give me a range of around 63 kilometers. Now all of that's going to be dependent on whether or not you're running the air conditioning. You got the roof open, which can cause drag, number of different things. So call it 63, but I'd be looking more around the 40-45 mark when you go into full electric, and you can do that just by pushing this button down here. It'll go into EV mode and acknowledge your change up inside the dash. So now we've got the car, and we've got it into a state where the car is actually in operation. And if I sat here dormant and waiting for a little longer, what it will do is it won't allow me to move. And so you'll have to re-push the start stop button, and then that will actually suggest that it's ready. It'll tell you that it's ready to go, and then you can operate the car as normal. On the steering column, it's up and down, there's no in and out, so you'll have to adjust your seat to the direct area in which you want to be, or seated more comfortably. Okay, so while I'm here, as you can see, it's very easy to use the steering wheel, because at the moment it's running electric. You won't hear anything, so be aware of that, because it does catch you off when you first get one of these. Now on the right hand side, I call this my library. It gives me access to a number of different things on the car. That information, I can then use that to understand how I'm controlling the vehicle through my different thresholds. Oh, well, there you go. In that particular case, right down to information on the car and its operation. So in this case, engine will be running, it'll be showing me that it's charging cells in the battery. Right, and now as I go through and get out of that, I can also go through my journey. I can back on other areas of my my time, including your pressures in your tires, all right, and temperature on the battery, right through a number of different areas. All right, so cruise control settings is basically your cruise controls on your left hand side over here, and then the distance between the vehicles in front of us. You can make those changes as you're driving along. Right, that's enough about that. If you've got any questions at all, please let me know, and then we can help you through it. But one of the main things about PHEVs or electric is it's a big learning curve. You'll make a couple of interesting choices as you start to learn. One of the main ones we get is all the time is that the car itself doesn't sound like it's running because it's on electric. Right, we'll get back out of here and we'll start looking at infotainment systems. So infotainment system, what we want to do first things first is we can set up your phone. Once I hit that button there, I can go into BT address, and then what I will do is start learning or start looking for on your Bluetooth phone is BT E5F4. Once you've set that up, then you're good to go. Now we come out of there. Now, interestingly enough, this is a panel down here from your dehumidifier or your defroster to your temperature in the car, to the car itself, to home. So push home, and then it'll bring out your main viewing menu, and then you can go through there and make some changes. So let's go into a couple of others here: Android Auto, Apple Carplay, 360-degree camera, which I said to you before is actually quite good. So right now we're looking at people inside or around us, and I can actually have a look at different areas of the car. So I've got a car behind me, I've got a car in front of me, and then I can even look at my curbing or wheels on my left hand side and my right hand side if I have to be driving. Now as I turn the steering wheel, you'll see that I don't have to curb anything. So anyway, that's all set up inside there too. And then of course we've got our 2D or 3D. So we're going to go forward, there's something in front of me, so it's going to give me some information. Now one thing that will pop up, and that is that it'll also determine things that are coming in your direction. You may not see it, but there might be some traffic movement on your left hand side or right hand side at an intersection. The camera will pop up and show you that. It's actually good to know because cyclists and these electric bike and scooter people are zipping around all over the place, and you don't often see them coming. All right, there's information on the car. So if I push the car, and that'll bring up information on that. Now we've set them at factory settings, so it's all up there. You can make those adjustments as you move along. All right, so I'll leave you with that. Getting back down to that home button again brings me right up to my navigation and my controls inside the car. If I want oxygen in my front, you know how to do that. Then of course I can take it off auto if you like. I can scroll up and down on either side of the car, and I can turn the heated seats on. Now because the car is now pulling electric resources to run the heater, the car has gone into an automatic charge mode and the engine's actually started. So these are the sorts of things that'll pop up. Don't be afraid of it, enjoy it. All right, right out of there, let's go back into our home mode. It's giving us immediate data on what's going on. It's 25 degrees or 19 degrees outside. We've set it for 25 inside here, 18 on the passenger side. The fan speeds at this is the time, and that's the radio station we're on. We pretty much can't get that wrong, so enjoy all of that. Now I can open the boot from here. I've got my 360-degree camera on this side. If, say for instance, the passenger wanted to have a look around, I've got my descent button here, my auto park, my EV mode for EV, and then I've got my drive modes. All right, so my drive modes inside here. As I pull on those, I'm going to go into driving or parking. So in this particular case, I'm in drive mode now, and if I want to park the car, all I do now is push P. The car is parked. All right, car's parked, it's going nowhere. Plenty of room inside here. There's even a little air conditioning duct that brings up inside the middle here, so you want to keep something cool like a sandwich, there you go. Place for your cell phone, a couple of places there for a couple of coffees. Hide it all away if you want to. Nice little spot in here for charging your phone, and a charging unit, and then a 12-volt charger. As I say, it's very, very well appointed. I really like this car. These are great sellers. I'll show you one more thing too, by the way. You can see the screen is actually moving back, and then if I want to open up the roof, I can also do that too. Alright, so I'm really easily done just by using these two buttons just up in here. Alright, so I'll close those off for now because we don't want any dust to get in there before tomorrow when you guys arrive. But again, thanks again for choosing us. Really appreciate your business. Thanks to Rob, thanks to Hugo and the team. Again, it's a pleasure working with you all. If you have any questions, give me a call, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks very much. Cheers.